everybody, this is Justin with Sillage Scents, and today I've got for you some awesome clone fragrances that are all really good and really inexpensive. They're each under $30. Some of them are way under $30, and so let's go ahead and get into this. First of all, we've got Ard Al Zafaron Midnight Oud. And this one is a clone of the Blue Beast Amouage Interlude Man. And it's a really strong fragrance. It's very unique. It's a very sort of smoky, incense, herbal kind of scent that is definitely not going to be for everyone. But the original is so expensive that even getting a 5 ml decant is going to cost you a lot of money. You can pick up this 50 ml bottle for like $10 all over the internet. And from what I've heard from those who have the original, the Amouage, that this is a very good clone. So check that out. I've got another one from Ard Al Zafaron. This one is Oud 24 Hours. And this one is a clone of Tom Ford's Black Orchid. So a very classic, popular scent from Tom Ford. It is a chocolatey, spicy, floral fragrance. It actually originally was marketed for women, but this one is very much unisex, and it's really good. Again, this probably isn't for everybody, but if you want to try out the DNA and see whether you like it, these 50 ml Ard Al Zafaron you can get for like $10, $12, so remarkably inexpensive. And so I really like this. There's only certain settings where I'd wear it. It's a good date night fragrance, or maybe, you know, a winter evening thing like that, where you're just kind of going out maybe to dinner or a movie, or maybe just hanging out with friends. But it is a really good scent. The performance is pretty good as well. It's a pretty strong fragrance, and it probably lasts about 6 to 8 hours, somewhere in that range. But again, for a Black Orchid clone, it's a really good one, and it's really inexpensive. The next one that I'll mention, one that's been getting a lot of hype lately for good reason, and that is Detour Noir by Alhara, Maine. And this is a clone of Parfums de Marly Layton. This is the most expensive one in the video. It's about $30. And this one, to me, is very close to Layton. The difference being this one is probably a little bit sweeter, and it's slightly less complex. You can't pick out as much of just the complexity. I've heard some people say with niche fragrances that they're blended very well and you can't pick out individual notes because they're blended well. For me, it's kind of the opposite. Whenever I smell a niche fragrance, I can pick out the different notes often, and that's what's so amazing. It's almost like it's a three-dimensional kind of scent. A lot of the time with clones, they smell very similar, but I don't always get that same kind of three-dimensional, complexity. And so with this one, I would say it's very similar to Layton, but it doesn't have necessarily all the complexity. But for $30, about a tenth of the Parfums de Marly, this is an awesome fragrance, good performance. It's a 7-8 hour fragrance. It's really great. It's a beautiful vanilla, spicy fragrance. It's sweet, definitely sort of a warm, spicy fragrance, best for fall and winter, as actually all of these are good for fall and winter because these are all sort of in the spicy vein, but that's a really good one. Next one that I'll mention is from Latafa again, Amir Al Oud, and this one is a clone of By the Fireplace. This comes from the whole line, like By the Fireplace and Jazz Club, and I think In the Library. Each of them are trying to recreate an experience, some location where you've been that kind of captured a memory. And this one is very similar to By the Fireplace, but there is one thing that I think is missing. Let me tell you how the fragrance smells. It's a sweet, very smoky fragrance. By the fireplace, you get a very distinct fragrance, just like you're sitting next to a campfire roasting marshmallows. You've got this smoking woods, and then you've got this sweet burnt marshmallow or burnt sugarcane accord. And with this one, I don't get as much of the burnt marshmallow smell. I still get a sweetness, kind of a vanillic sweetness. I still get a bunch of spices. This is a spicy fragrance, especially a couple hours into the fragrance. You just get hit with spices, and it is a strong, 8+ hour fragrance, lots of projection, lots of sillage. But this one, I get the whole feel of By the Fireplace, minus specifically that burnt marshmallow, that the roasted marshmallow smell. I don't get that as distinctly in this one, but it is a good clone for about $20, $22, something like that. It is a good one. Finally, we're going to go with yet another Latafa. This is Badi al-Oud, or Oud for Glory. And this one is a clone of Initio Oud for Greatness. Now, I have not smelled the Initio, but from what I've seen on the internet, from fragrance reviews that I've read and videos that I've seen, this is a very good clone. And let me just tell you how it smells. It is a sweet, woody oud smell with a very distinct kind of saffron note. The oud is slightly medicinal, especially the first half hour or so. It's got a little bit of that medicinal kind of vibe, but then it settles down into just this very powerful, woodsy, sweet, saffron forward fragrance that is just absolutely glorious. This is a great beginner's oud. It'll be a little bit different if you're not used to oud, but it's a great entryway into that kind of different world of fragrances. This is a good one. It's I think you can get this for about $25 all day long, 25, 27, somewhere in there. This is a really great fragrance, and from what I understand, it's very close to Oud for Greatness, the original. So that was 5 niche fragrances, all of which are very inexpensive and very good. And so hopefully you will check these out. Do me a favor, let me know below, have you tried any of these? Or are there other niche fragrance clones that you found that are inexpensive like these? Please like the video, comment, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm a new channel. This is like my 3rd video, but I'm going to be doing these at least weekly. I've got a ton of fragrances to go through, and I'm buying more all the time. So hopefully you'll join me on this fragrance journey. Thanks.